On Wednesday, July 24th, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been accused of war crimes by the International Criminal Court, will address a joint session of Congress. The invitation is yet another demonstration of the U.S. government's unlimited solidarity with the Israeli state. Netanyahu will be speaking in Washington not only as the leader of a fascistic cabal that rules Israel, but as the political agent of U.S. imperialism in the Middle East. He will stand before and receive the applause of Congress as the leader of a government that is engaged in mass murder and the systematic destruction of Gazan society. The number of Palestinian deaths during the last 9 months, according to the Gazan Health Ministry, had reached 37,396 people as of June 19th. However, a more intensive analysis of the scale of destruction, published on July 5th by The Lancet, among the most respected peer-reviewed medical journals in the world, states that the official figure is a vast underestimate of the actual number of Palestinians killed since October. In addition to the identified victims, The Lancet notes the United Nations report that 35% of all buildings in Gaza had been destroyed by late February, and that it has been reliably estimated that more than 10,000 people are buried in the rubble. But even adding these 10,000 victims to the official death count, this results in a number that is still far below the actual number of people killed. The Lancet states that indirect deaths caused by the total destruction of Gaza's social infrastructure are a substantial multiple of direct deaths caused by artillery shells and 2,000-pound bombs. The Lancet writes, and I quote, "In recent conflicts, such indirect deaths range from 3 to 15 times the number of direct deaths. Applying a conservative estimate of 4 indirect deaths per 1 direct deaths to the 37,396 deaths reported, it is not implausible to estimate that up to 186,000 or even more deaths could be attributable to the current conflict in Gaza. Using the 2022 Gaza Strip population estimate of 2,375,259, this would translate to 7.9% of the total population in the Gaza Strip." End of quote. The population of the United States is approximately 333 million people. If 7.9% of Americans were killed in a war, the total death toll would be 26.3 million people. The invitation to Netanyahu, given these facts, is a political provocation that exposes the complicity of the U.S. government in the genocidal war against the people of Gaza. How is this provocation to be answered? The World Socialist website, the International Youth and Students for Social Equality, the Socialist Equality Party, and the International Workers' Alliance of rank-and-file committees have called a demonstration in Washington, D.C. to denounce Netanyahu's visit and his political accomplices and enablers in the U.S. government. This demonstration will give voice to the mass opposition within this country and throughout the world to the criminal alliance between U.S. imperialism and its agents in the Israeli state. If I may be permitted to appropriate the words of Frederick Douglass, with only slight modifications appropriate for our times, the feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the world must be roused. The hypocrisy of the U.S. government must be exposed, and its crimes against the Palestinian people and all humanity must be proclaimed and denounced. But the purpose of the demonstration is not only to express moral outrage, but to provide a strategic direction for the building of a mass movement to end the Gaza genocide, which is inextricably linked to the global eruption of imperialist militarism, the relentless escalation toward nuclear war against Russia and China, and the assault on the democratic and social rights of the working class within the United States. The same economic interests and political processes rooted in the capitalist system that resulted during the last century in 2 world wars, fascism, the Holocaust, and the dropping of 2 atomic bombs are at work today. The lessons of history must be applied to the struggles of today. Therefore, following the demonstration, the Socialist Equality Party will hold a meeting to advance and discuss a socialist strategy for the building of a mass anti-war movement based on the following principles. First, the essential cause of war lies in the capitalist nation-state system, the global financial interests of the giant corporations, and the relentless drive of the American ruling class for world hegemony. Second, the struggle against war requires the mobilization of the immense power of the American and international working class, and in the United States, the political independence of the working class from the Democrats and Republicans, the ruling class parties of imperialist war. Third, the movement against genocide and war must be international, uniting workers globally based on their common class interests. Come to Washington, D.C. on July 24th. Private moral outrage over the crimes against the Palestinians is not enough. Don't stand on the sidelines. Join the fight to build a mass movement that will put an end to war and change the world.